What do you make of this National Gallery list of those, quote unquote, connected to slavery?
I mean, the first thing I'd say is that what you've just said about the idea that the British Empire did more to abolish slavery throughout the world than any other institution just shows exactly why we need to be looking at these histories, because people really are clueless, absolutely, utterly clueless in this country about what empire was and what slavery was. And they like to use their own confirmation biases.
Just let me ask you about that. Okay, you finish, but I want to ask you a follow-up on that. You finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. So, if we look at Queen Victoria, someone might say, well, why is Queen Victoria being included in this? Because she came into power 4 years after slavery was formally abolished. Never mind, by the way, that the slave owners were paid compensation rather than the slaves. So slavery was abolished after the UK ran it and was the biggest slave trader in the world. And then Queen Victoria came into place. And so she then said, cool, slavery's abolished. Let's go and colonize the entire world instead, and start an empire from India to Africa, which really killed a lot of people, tortured a lot of people, led things like the Bengal famine, where 4 million people died of hunger in India because food was exported. The Mau Mau people who were fighting for their freedom in Kenya were tortured, and the files were actually burned by the UK government. So the history continued, really. But cool, we can say, but Queen Victoria, okay, the monarchy was built on slavery. The Queen, the Queen today, still has a huge jewel in her crown, which comes from that era. But nothing to do with the monarchy.
But let me ask you this then. You've said that the British Empire did not abolish slavery worldwide. Who do you think did abolish it worldwide? It wasn't the Turks. They didn't abolish slavery till the 1920s. The Saudis didn't abolish slavery till the 1960s.
Well, the Saudis are still the British's best friend, even though they're still beheading and crucifying people. So that's one example of British.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
We still have a great relationship with the Saudis. No. But
you're right. You're right there. We should cut the Saudis loose.
Nonetheless, so the first country ever to get rid of slavery was Haiti. And how did Haiti do it? They had a revolution where they killed their slave masters and put their heads on spike. And after that, and there's actually a lot of people who say that slavery in Britain was actually cancelled because it was becoming economically inviable, rather than it was cancelled because we're the first people to abolish slavery. If I am killing and murdering and raping around in the world, or even on a personal level, if I'm a serial killer and I say I was the first serial killer to stop serial killing, is that really something for me to boast about?